Good day, everyone. Hope all of you having a fantastic day. Welcome to the today's session and thanks for joining me. Today, I just wanted to talk about how we see ourselves working for a long time and what could you do differently. By giving one a simple example, one gentleman used to have a donkey. Um, he looked after the donkey for 20 years, and donkey was doing all the work it's needed, and then the gentleman was feeding her all the time. So for that, the donkey used to work, whatever is required by its master. One fine day, um, the donkey was heading somewhere, and then it fell down in a well, which is quite deep, quite deep enough, where it was very difficult for the owner of the donkey to you know pull donkey back. And since it was aging, and the owner of the donkey decided that, and also with the suggestions he received from the villagers, he decided to bury donkey alive. So though it's for the number of years donkey had spent, it was really saddened for the way the owner was, decided to do such an act, because there is no other options for him according to the influences what he had gone through along with the people. So uh, though the donkey was saddened, and so all the villagers gathered together and started putting the mud in the well so that they will bury her alive, since it was old and it is not use of anyone anymore. So they started putting the mud slowly, 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 and though it was given 20 years of its life to the owner, and then he had a feeling just to let me look at her for final time after 15 minutes of putting the mud. So he looked at it, and then he was very surprised to see how donkey was doing it. And donkey was actually, whatever the mud was thrown on his back was shaking up for the every time the people were throwing the mud on it, so that it is taking one step up, and one step up. Finally, when it reached to the top, a donkey decided to go away, because the master was not strong enough to save her from the calamity, and this is the decision what he did. And though it's a story's sake, that can give us a lot of lessons. One is being that when you're working, um, pretty much we're in the same stage. The owners, or the company proprietors, heads, what we are heading is that they're pretty much using your skills for them to get better. And the day you fail, the day he feels, that the company feels that you're not contributing enough, I think pretty much the same thing they're going to do it. Though the donkey was, the owner was ready to kill it, but probably they'll not do that, and but they will kill you with all your hopes. They will kill, or they will distract all your hopes what you might have for the future, with the simple things saying that layoffs, you got fired, performance is not good, and etc. So on and so forth. There are many forms it might come across. In a simple news, one fine day morning you end up in office and they say, hey, thank you very much for all the things what you did, and unfortunately this is the thing that you need to face, and then we'll try to help you in a different forms. These are bullshit stories what you can come across. But end of the day, you don't need to wait for 20 years to shake off yourself like donkey did. Whereas when the day you leave, sometimes we reach to a comfortable position saying it's okay to leave, but you know what, there is a thing, that something that all of us, at least donkey didn't have a mind or a brain to think of, and then it also had a lessons. And then when the donkey learned a lesson, and it moved on in his life being a donkey. But I think we as a humans could do much better than donkey, by looking at the prospects and looking at the future better than what we could do on a daily basis. and you need to try yourself being uncomfortable. The day you're uncomfortable, that means you're trying something new. The day you're comfortable, that means you're good enough, you're peacefully making money. Finally one day the company decided to give you send off in a different way, then that is the time you're going to wake up and say, hey, you know what, where am I? That's not going to help you. So the lesson of the day is that, look for the future. Don't wait for the company to tell you say bye bye. Before that, you make sure that you secure yourself financially, which is most important thing. It's very sad sometimes. I worked with some of the people who was who served the company for about 30-35 years and retired. And right after retiring, after a month or two, can you refer someone that we could find a job? I mean, come on, you work for 60 years, you give entire your life. What do you want to work for again? Come on, you take yourself a break, spend some time with your family, spend some time with your grandkids, explore the other options, give yourself a break, and, whatever I'm sure, if you're, if you must have planned your finances properly, I don't think you should looking for the money for that 15-20 years of whatever the age, or even if you still stay for 40 years. I know the inflation is trending up. It doesn't mean that that you have to go for work. Work for passion. Go spend some time with the charities. Spend a couple of hours and spending and then educating them. Whatever the skill you are, that which it's on your own terms. It's not that an obligation that you have to go for work and at the end of the day you're getting a salary that doesn't give you any joy. But spending, when you think of retirement, what society tells us, whereas you don't have any retirement age, you can do always something, but stop working. That's the most important thing that we should take it, and let's not work like a donkey. And people say that, but let's plan it out, and we have a human potential to think things much in advance and take ourselves to the next level. And don't wait for your boss to tell you thank you very much, and make sure that you have your own plans, and you find a better opportunity, move on and find something exciting. And the day you're uncomfortable, you're going to find some of your skills coming out for the better. With the note, I would like to leave today, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And do reflect your thoughts, and see where you're standing today and how to take your life to the next level. With that note, be good, do good, and influence people around you positively. Thank you very much, and thanks for joining me.